Welcome to my new YouTube channel. So today we are going to learn about what is SDLC. So this is the main fundamental of any software tester. So every software tester should know the life cycle, and that is the SDLC. So SDLC is a software development life cycle. So it's like a roadmap that guides the creation of software product. It shows all the steps needed to take the software from idea to retirement. So this is the overall journey of any software development. So that's why it's called a software development life cycle. I will give you one example so that we can relate with that. Suppose you are building a house. So you will start with the plan, then you will build the foundation, put the wall, roof, and then decorate the interior. So these are the steps. So these are the steps we follow to build any building. So there is a always a one by one step. So we cannot do interior first and do wall later. So like that we have to follow some plan in the software development as well. So similarly, we have to be a very clear plan what to follow in this process. So this ensures that everyone on the team knows what they need to do and when. Without a clear process, the project could lead to failure. So that's why it's very mandatory to follow this procedure. So SDLC helps developer work together efficiently, ensuring that each step is completed in the right order to create a successful software product. Yes, so there are 7 steps in software development life cycle. First is requirement analysis, defining, designing, coding, testing, development, and maintenance. So we will go one by one. First is requirement analysis. That we call as planning and requirement analysis. There we will understand each and everything what client requires. So it's basically a crucial step for SDLC. During this stage, senior team member collaborate with stakeholder and industry expert to understand the project's requirement thoroughly. Additionally, this stage involves planning for quality assurance needs and identifying potential project risk. So the requirement analysis, basically who will be getting it, that business analyst or project analyst. They will be going to meet to the client and gather all the data, all the requirement the customer want to build. Who will be the end user, what is the objective of the project. Before creating a project, a core understanding or knowledge of the project is very necessary. So this is the very crucial part, because whatever the client want, that BA will be collecting the data, and then they will be giving all the data to our developers and our company members. So for example, a client want to have an application which concern money transaction. Suppose he want an application that is related to any money transaction. In this method, the requirement has to be precise, like kind of operation, what to do, how to do, and what currencies it should be. So this kind of details should be taken from the client. Once the requirement is understood, the SRS means software requirement specification document is created. The developer should thoroughly follow the document and also should be reviewed by the customer in the future reference. So whatever BA will collect the data from the client, they will be putting it into SRS, and the SRS is the main reference for any developer to start with their development. Okay, so this is the first part, requirement analysis. Then second step is defining requirement. Defining requirement is basically, after analyzing the requirement, the next step is to document them and get approval from the stakeholders. This is done through the SRS. That SRS document which outlines the requirement of the project. Then the third stage is designing. So designing phase brings together the information gathered from the customer and the requirement analysis. It is the blueprint for how the software will be developed. So designing means before starting the development, there will be a design, that web designer will be design the layout. So this phase will come here, that is called as blueprint. Then the next step is coding or development. So during this phase, development process kick off and the programming work begin. The implementation of the design start, which involve writing code. Developer must adhere the coding guidelines set by the management. They use various programming tools such as compiler, interpreter, debugger, and develop to implement the code. So there it's based on the company criteria, that what they are going to use, which language they are going to use. Based on that, they will be start coding or developing. The next step is testing. Testing is the phase that we'll be doing after development of any specific scenario, or the complete is based on the model what we are using in the SDLC. So once the code is written, it undergoes testing to ensure to meet all the requirement and solve the identified needs. This stage involves various types of testing, including unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. So this is testing part is basically whatever we have developed, to making it sure whether it is working correctly or not. So this is the step where we will verify that. There inside the testing there is also multiple steps, that is called SDLC. So there is the another topic for SDLC that will be covering in the next video. So inside that we will see what process done in the SDLC. So that we will see later. Next step is deployment. Once the software has been thoroughly tested and certified to be a bug free or error free, it is ready to deployment. Depending on the assessment, the software may be released as is or with the suggestion enhancement or in any certain area. After deployment, the software enters the maintenance phase, where update, fixes, improvement are made as needed to ensure the continued functionality and relevance. The maintenance phase is basically when the product is deployed. After that, if there is any production bug or any things which needs to be updated or fixed, so that will come inside the maintenance phase. Basically here this procedure where taken care for the developed product is known as maintenance. So this is done, this SDLC process is done. So we will see the SDLC software test life cycle in the next video. Thank you for watching.